Hi guys, so I am going to make a video that I feel is important for almost anybody who is a advocate for breastfeeding, whether you are, certified lactation counselor, or if you are a IBCLC. I'm a CLC, which is a certified lactation counselor. Um, the difference between myself and an IBCLC is an internationally board certified lactation consultant, and I am a certified lactation counselor. There is a difference. But I really, really believe that if I'm going to come on YouTube and I'm going to make videos to help moms to help support and educate moms who are either pregnant or already had the baby, their choice is to breastfeed, or maybe they're not really sure if they want to breastfeed, or maybe they know they're not going to breastfeed, but they're just watching it to gain some information about it. Whatever the reason might be, I really, really believe that as a mother, take away the side of, okay, I'm a breastfeeding advocate. As a mother, I think it's really, really important that mothers stick together, that we support each other. Whether a mother chooses to breastfeed or a mother chooses to formula feed should not be something that would divide us. It really doesn't. How we feed our children should not divide us. We are mothers. We typically have the same goal. We want the best for our children. We feed them. We clothe them. We work for them. Everything we do for them. And there is no one else in the world that can understand what a mother goes through except another mother. So I hate this divide that I hear and see between breastfeeders and formula feeders. And it's really, really so, it's just not important. It's really, really not important as far as like, okay, yes, breastfeeding is the best thing for an infant. And I really believe that even moms who formula feed know that. They know that breast milk is the better, the healthier choice. But sometimes it's not within their power, whether it be emotionally, physically, whatever the reason, it's not in their power to feed their child breast milk. Whatever their reason is. It isn't for us to judge them what their reason is. It isn't for us to examine or to try to change their mind. Now, as a breastfeeding counselor, as a breastfeeding consultant, or a peer counselor, or a breastfeeding specialist, whatever it is, our job is to educate moms. Simply that. Just educate moms on the benefits of breastfeeding. Now, my job doing that is not to bash formula, but just to promote breast milk. So if I have a mom sitting in my class and she is adamant about not breastfeeding, I am not going to make her feel bad or berate her or anything, because really, she loves her child no less than a mom sitting next to her that chooses to breastfeed. So I really, really hate it. I guess it's sort of like a rant of mine, because I really, really feel that this should not be an issue. There are so many reasons why a mother will not choose to breastfeed. And many of times it is a very personal and very emotional decision. And okay, for me, in my position where I'm at, like when I worked at WIC and I educated those women, and then coming on YouTube and teaching, I have to be sensitive to those mothers, because I can't come out here and try to say that how do you put it? I can't just have this tunnel vision. I have to recognize that there's things out there that could make a mom, have a different thought process and feel differently about it, and she should not be judged or made to feel bad because of it. Now, I, as a mother, I breastfed and I formula fed. Yes, I'm a breastfeeding advocate, and yet I formula fed my children. I was formula fed. My mother did not breastfeed me. Now, if I had to do it over again, I don't know. Yes, I would really, really try to be exclusive breastfeeder, but not really because of formula. I mean, in certain instances, like dealing with the colic and the constipation, yes. But as far as like, for me, it was more of the emotional part of wanting to breastfeed. But not everybody is in that place. It could be a 17-year-old mom. It could be a 40-year-old mom. It could be, a 25-year-old. It really doesn't matter, but we're all in different places in our lives. We've all been molded differently by experiences in our life. And yes, breastfeeding can be something that is considered for a person. It is an emotional tie to something. So we don't, as mothers, want to judge other mothers. If we're going to promote breastfeeding, and it's what I do. I do the breastfeeding class. If I'm going to promote it, the best way to promote it is to just educate. And when you educate, you do it in such a way that is respectful. It's showing, there's more than knowledge. Knowledge is important, but there's more to it than knowledge. And a lot of times, what makes a person formula feed has nothing to do with, like, maybe that wasn't their desire to begin with. Maybe they wanted to breastfeed and they couldn't. Or maybe they said, you know what, it's just not for me. Now, when I used to come across women that felt that way, sometimes I would try to encourage them to breastfeed while they were at the hospital or while they just had colostrum, which is that first week. And the reason I did that is because the colostrum that is in the mother's system, or that's in the milk, I should say, it is so powerful and so important to start that baby's life off in the digestion, part of their stomach. I mean, it coats the stomach. It's thick like honey. So I used to reach out to those mothers and say, you know what, you don't have to breastfeed, like, if you don't want to breastfeed. What about pumping? Is pumping something that you would consider? Or would you just do it for a couple days? You're going to have milk anyway. Would you do it for a couple days just, so that baby can have a good start health-wise? Because they're going to get all your antibodies and all your, all your antiviruses, everything that's going to fight, the germs that they're going to come across. So I would appeal to them in that way, but I am not in any shape, way, or form am I going to make a mother who's sitting next to me and I might be breastfeeding, that mom might be bottle feeding. I don't want her to feel bad. And I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure she doesn't feel bad, which might mean, oh, wow, look how cute your baby is. And talking about things that are not important, such as why do you have a bottle, And the thing is, I think it's important, even if when we're in a setting like that, to encourage and support a mom, because in most cases, she will be feeling uncomfortable if you are next to her and you're breastfeeding and she is bottle feeding. She's going to feel uncomfortable. She's going to feel like you're already judging her. So we're out there saying, let's normalize breastfeeding. And I agree. Let's normalize it. And let's also make a mom, how do I want to say it? It should be, a mom should not feel abnormal if she bottle feeds either. Now, we want breastfeeding to become normal, and we want to normalize it. And honestly, formula is the same. It is a normal way of feeding the baby. It is not an abnormal. So yes, we normalize breastfeeding, but it doesn't mean that we abnormalize formula. And so I really would like to reach out to you guys as breastfeeding moms or pregnant moms who want to breastfeed, or breastfeeding advocates, to reach out and encourage and support the moms who choose not to. not by bringing attention to the fact that they don't, but by encouraging them and supporting them and commending them for the things that they are doing. Or just not acting like what they're doing is abnormal, you know? We all are moms. We all feel the same thing. We're all up at night. We all have to, you know, a newborn, no matter if you breastfeed or you formula feed, you still have the same issues with being up every few hours and, you know, the baby's crying and how do I get to know the baby and how do I know if the baby's getting enough? Even moms who are formula feeding feel those things. So let's normalize our feelings and encouraging and supporting and commending each other rather than tearing each other down. And that's kind of like what I wanted to say as I want this video out there. And the reason I want this video out there is because I want anybody who's going to watch my breastfeeding channel, you know, my breastfeeding videos, because I have a variety of different videos. But if you're going to watch the breastfeeding video, I want you to know that I am not in a tunnel vision. I understand that there are cases where a mother will choose to formula feed and it's good for her and her baby. And I will never ever judge you, push you, coerce you, whatever, you know, whatever's out there that someone might do. And because I'm in that position of educating and knowledge and supporting, and I kind of have that platform, I want to use it to reach out to other moms to support each other, and let's not be divided by formula or breast milk. And that's pretty much where I'm going to end it because I could go on and on and on. So I'm just going to stop there. Let's not divide each other by how we feed our baby. Let us unite together, support each other, encourage each other, and commend each other.